It's 4 in the morning, I'm wide awake. Doorbell's ringing, might be a big mistake. Step outside, I'm stunned by the scene. A stainless steel basin where my mail should have been. I rub my eyes thinking, what is this thing? No package, no letter, just a faucet gleaming. My heart's still pounding from the sudden alarm. A brand new sink at 4 a.m., that's bizarre. I'm baffled, I'm laughing, I'm losing my mind. My neighbors might watch, but I don't really mind. This porcelain wizard must be some kind of sign. Let me catch my breath, let me realign. Let that sink in, let that sink in. It's a brand new fixture shining on my front step. Let that sink in, let that sink in. I'm dancing in the driveway, no time for regrets. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Turning confusion to a midnight groove. Let that sink in, let that sink in. I found the sink and I'm ready to move. Neighbors peeking through their blinds at me, but the bass is pumping, this is ecstasy. Twist the faucet, water's running cold. I guess I'm stuck with this story, I'll have to be told. Laughing out loud at this boring show. Who installed this thing? I may never know. Yet here I am in my slipper, losing my cool. Dancing with the sink like it's totally normal. No logic, no reason, can't find the cause. But the nighttime vibe breaks all of the laws. I'm turning confusion to a freestyle jam. And if they ask, I'll say it's who I am. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Illuminated, shining bright in the glow. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Sometimes life's greedy moments feel undone. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Floating in wonder, my heart beating fast. Let that sink in, let that sink in. 'Cause every wild memory was made to last. I never asked for a sink at my door. No clue who left it, but here it is. I'm gonna own it. A beat drops, the crowd cheers. Heavy synth line kicks in. Let that sink in, let that sink in. I'm embracing the surreal in the dead of night. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Sense the prize is feeling a dance so bright. Let that sink in, let that sink in. The groove keeps spinning, I just can't decline. Let that sink in, let that sink in. 'Cause sometimes life is just a wild design. Sink at 4 a.m., who knew I'd see the day? But I'm dancing with the moment in my own crazy way. Let that sink in, let that sink in. Don't need another sign, I'll let this sink into my story. Keep on dancing through time.